Hello, everybody.
Welcome to the Wednesday night show. How's everybody doing today, and how are you doing today, speakers?
Doing okay. Yep.
So we have a returning special guest that I guess Matt interviewed a while back. I wasn't sure because I wasn't on from a while back, but let's not keep him in the backstage too much longer. Let's go ahead and bring him on board. Let's bring on Sean from Enlightened Souls Paranormal and ESP Tammy. Hey guys,
Hey guys.
Hello.
thank you
Sorry,
for
I'm
coming
sharing
by.
this out to some group and I have a lot of members. So
Share it out.
Nice
Share
to
it
finally
out.
meet you guys.
Nice meeting
nice
you.
to meet you.
I know we haven't met, but I'm just glad to meet you guys finally.
Yes, perfect.
So, what you guys been up to?
I just got back from vacation, so I didn't get to go on the last couple of things that they went to. So, but Sean was there.
Yeah, we went to the 1918 house over in Chillicothe
Oh, that's cool.
a couple weeks ago. Got a little bit of activity there.
So we need to go
Ooh.
back because that place likes me and we get a lot of activity when I'm there.
Ooh, can you share more about what y'all got, or you want to
Go ahead,
wait a little
Sean.
bit?
Well, we walked through the house. We picked up a lot of things that they did the first time because I was never there. Barb was showing me around, and some of the places that Tammy and Barb picked up activity at, I ended up sensing where it was at. And we ended up talking to the owners of the house that night. And there's a couple of their children. They talked for a little bit. And we noticed a few other oddball things that we may, like Tammy said, we're going to have to kind of go back because it's kind of strange. They keep adding new stuff because they're going to make it a museum is what they want to do. I guess they want it
Gotcha.
to, they're restoring the whole thing and it looks really nice. So, but we had a chance to stay overnight there and we did get some activity out of it.
That's awesome.
And the
So what?
spirits, go ahead.
Go ahead. Nope. Go ahead.
Okay, so were the spirits pleased in trying to restore it into a museum? Were they okay with that, or what?
The owners themselves seemed to be pretty happy about it. It's like they thought that was cool. I mean, from everything we got, they were pretty talkative. The owners that originally had the house, and they seem to be happy with what's going on there. I mean, there's a couple oddball ones there that's kind of so. We can't quite figure out what the deal is with that one yet.
So they're kind of like, I like it, but it's like,
Well, I think,
oh,
like I said, since they keep adding new stuff to it from other locations,
oh,
They're bringing in other spirits. When the thing is, the original spirits that were there when we went there the first time with another group, that there were all the same family because that house has been in the same family since 1918.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see that very often.
Okay.
So that could be stirring stuff up too then.
a little bit, yeah.
Bringing in some, and then they're bringing in other spirits and they're not real comfortable, I'm sure, with it. So
That's what the so and so comes in, and that would explain the mixture of energies when y'all were investigating over there 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No wonder.
But like I said, the original owners and the original spirit family that was there, they seemed to love it. They talked quite a bit that night.
Go ahead, Squeaks.
Oh, I was gonna ask. So I don't know what questions were asked on part 1, but what got you guys into the paranormal?
I'll let you go first, Tammy.
Okay. I've had experiences since I was a little girl. I was visited when I was about 3 by angels. And then I have had several awakening moments since. The biggest one, I think I was 13. We had interesting. I was 13. My sister's 13th, or no, not 13. My sister had her birthday party, which she would have been like 11. And she had 13 people at the birthday party. And me and my friend were there and we were messing with a Ouija board. And we opened a portal in my house. And all of us were downstairs in the basement. And there was a shadow figure that was trying to come down the stairs. But I could hear it. And it said, I can't come towards you because of her. And it was pointing at me. It's basically saying that I'm protected. And I've just had a lot of things that have just brought me in. I had a lot of abilities when I was a child that I haven't been able to bring all of them back. I think I talked about it last time. My mom wouldn't let me watch Firestarter because the telekinesis I was able to do as a child, and she thought that I would be able to start fires, so she wouldn't let me watch that. But I've just, like I said, I've always had a love for the paranormal and the things that are unknown and trying to just figure it all out. So.
Ooh.
That's
So
cool.
that's what got you into it in the first place. And how about you,
Yes.
Sean?
I guess mine would be about the time I turned 21 and my grandma come and visit me after she died. And we had a
Hi,
discussion
Alicia.
about things. We had a discussion about some things, and she told me, well, she was young at the time when I seen her last. It was like she was married, back in the day. She was walking without her cane, and she was doing just fine. And I was sitting in the last pew of the church, and she walked into the church and sat down next to me and just smiled. And she says, "Don't you ever worry about a thing. You're going to make it." So ever since then, I've always been interested in it. And I've always had the ability to see things sometimes. And I think how do I say, repressed them most of the times. And then I'd pick them up again for a while. And then I'd repress them again because of some of the things I would see. And then about 4 or 5 months ago, mine started coming back full bore. And then that's about the time I ended up joining the team about 3.5 months ago. And now I'm really starting to pick up on new abilities and stuff that I can do. So,
Ooh.
but
That's awesome.
I've always had an interest in paranormal in general.
I definitely have to ask you to this since y'all have some sort of gifts. Like, do you believe these gifts serve a purpose to spirits that are no longer here, or not just like ghosts, but also like different types of spirits too? Is it like a way to communicate with us?
Sure. Well, see, my son, he's 25, and he has gifts that I wish I had. And he has suppressed his gifts, but he can see spirits just like they're people like you and I. Um since he was a little boy, dead soldiers would come and just hang out with him, waiting for him to ask them, you know, what they're there for. And yes, I think that all of our abilities are there to benefit us. We can learn from them, but the spirits as well.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, it's it's a way that we can communicate with the past, the present, and know that they're there, and they know we know they're there, and to help them in the best we can, instead of if in case they're caught in a loop they can't get out. We can help them cross over. Sometimes they'll get stuck with a task that they can't tell anybody else. So it's kind of up to us to kind of relay the message. So
Do you, on that note, do you guys feel, because I know in my own experience, I have had those times when I was growing up that I felt like I was going completely crazy. So I would ignore it. That to me was the worst thing I could ever do because it just got worse. Do you guys think that is the same way with your abilities as well?
Oh,
Have you had that
definitely.
experience?
right, yeah.
Yeah, because people look at you as weird, and the
Because
people that don't understand, yeah, it can definitely cause a lot of.
I mean, even since I've joined the team, and this team's pretty tight. We learn from each other. We ask questions to each other. So things that I've had different terminology for. I mean, Tammy's kind of like my teacher in some ways, so I'm learning from her.
We're all learning from each other.
And even
Exactly.
I'm even picking up some new stuff here recently. Tammy's like, you got to show me how to do this.
Yeah.
But it's neat. I mean, I like the way this team is formed that we've got, because we stick by each other. We know what we can do, and we know what we're capable of doing.
Yep.
That's that's cool. Have you guys ever had a contact in between with a emotional spirit that has caused you guys to like just become overwhelmed?
Mm, I can't say I have yet.
No, I shield myself so that because they can drain your energy. And if you don't shield before you go in, then that you can cause a lot of angst to yourself if you don't.
Yeah, very true.
We do have a question for
Yes.
you from the audience. It's Facebook user. I'm not sure who this person is, but they have a question for you, Tammy, and Sean. Uh, they say, "What are your thoughts on RIP and time apparitions and an actual haunting, and how do y'all decipher the two?"
Thoughts on rest in peace, huh? Well, we just had um, a thing where we contacted somebody that passed away in March. About 4 girls wanted to know if their friend was okay. He was in a car accident, got rolled over, and got thrown from the car.
Oh, that's so
And
sad.
me and Mark and Barb went to there.
And he was 19. How old was he?
He was
18 or
18.
19?
He was 18.
Yeah.
And his sister was driving at the time. And they wanted to know if he was okay. So we went out to the cemetery and we contacted him. And he actually called them out on the obelisk by name, 2 of them. And he let them know that he was okay. So that was a good thing for closure for the girls and, etc. He was still a little upset he didn't have a gravestone yet, but they said, that's in the works. So he was buried with his grandpa. So his grandpa's keeping an eye on him.
That's
All
cool.
right, awesome. Thank you for answering that question. I do have another question for you too. Do you?
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure some people in the paranormal field and the paranormal community, some people like their gifts and acknowledge their gifts and try to help. Others feel like their gifts are kind of like a burden, a curse, and sometimes it can be overwhelming or it could be kind of dreading sometimes. What's y'all's two's thoughts on gifts
So
on
for
that?
me, I think we all go through phases. It's just it's part of learning, and when we just can't quite get it to where we want it, yeah, it's going to be a burden because because of fear is the main thing. That once you can get over the fear, then you're going to be okay, but usually that takes quite a bit because the unknown is scary sometimes. Oh
Mhm.
yeah, and yeah, very overwhelming, and sometimes we overthink things too. We try to think that we have to be like everybody else, but none of us are.
Anxiety gets in the way.
Yes.
Sometimes I think anxiety is part of the issue of contacting somebody that's refusing to acknowledge they have gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be a little portion of it because they're thinking, hey, my head's running 100 miles an hour, but, is there a message there that they're supposed to be understanding to control that? I mean, it's a possibility.
Yep. Definitely
We
very
all
true.
have lessons that we have to go through in this life too, and
I mean,
sometimes getting through
I
that
know,
fear is part of it.
I know a couple girls that, they'll walk into a room and they start panicking a little bit because they get that sense of they know what's going on. And they've started to acknowledge it a little bit and starting to understand it. But I think that contributes to a little bit of their anxiety too, because it's part of that feeling of being overwhelmed. It's like, oh, wait a minute, something's here. And then
Well,
it all of a
especially
sudden,
when there are multiple spirits,
right,
because that can be, you're feeling things from all different
right. And it's just,
directions.
your mind's just running 100 miles an hour in every direction.
It's not just one thing; it's like several other things that you're
Right,
feeling. It's besides just spirits. It's like
right.
all other energies that are in one
Mm-hmm.
space.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you can be feeling the anxiety from the person next to you too, or
Right.
across the room.
Exactly. Exactly. I've found that out. Like, I cannot be in hospitals for very long because I just, if I hear that sound of that beeping machine, that gets my heart racing, and
Mm-hmm.
then everything else just starts going crazy. And
Kind of like white coat syndrome.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's bad.
I guess the best advice to that'd be, embrace it a little at a time and start to adapt to it, and then get used to it because it's not going to go away.
No, and until you, yeah, like you said, until you embrace it, you're not going to be able to, live your life fully.
Right.
I agree,
Exactly.
100%. A lot of people, like you said, guys, like they tend to like not like explore that
They
ability,
hide.
and it becomes more of a burden, and it makes their life a lot harder. Like once they
Well,
accept
and
and acknowledge it, it makes it easy.
sure. Well, and also, I mean, if you allow too much, if you allow them in too much, they can drain your energy too. They can suck the energy right out of you. That's why shielding is so important.
Boundaries, like Squeakers mentioned, a while back.
Boundaries, yes.
Yeah.
And that I still need to learn how to do. I'm trying to learn how to shield myself, but for some reason I have not been able to quite get there yet.
That's a nice little thing to carry with you right there.
Black Obsidian.
Obsidian.
A tiger's eye.
Oh,
Tiger's
tiger.
eye?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Yep.
too.
That's one of my favorite ones to carry with me.
I had a huge one and it disappeared on me, so I'm not quite sure where it's
It'll
at.
come back when it's ready. So Barb has a turtle. It's an obsidian turtle that I gave her a while back for protection. And hers every once in a while disappears, but it always comes back
Yeah, I've had my
in
clear
really
crystal.
weird places.
I've had my clear crystal disappear a couple times, and all of a sudden it showed back up. One was right outside on
It
the back door
does.
step.
Oh wow!
And then if
Really?
it doesn't, then maybe it was meant for somebody else. So
Right.
Right. I lost a hematite once. Like it was huge, and I still it hasn't come back to me. But it was in a house that I was staying at with a buddy of mine back in the day, and I was like, "This is weird," because I always kept it in my bag, and it was gone. I was,
yep.
Yeah, they wander on their own once in a while.
You're like, didn't I just put it there? I could have sworn I just put it there.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
and then
know I
like you
did.
come back 3 months later and you find it.
Well, I
And you're
wish
like-
I
exactly where you
could,
put
but
it.
And it's probably
Right.
in the same place it was originally too.
probably, which
Yeah.
that bag is probably in the storage too. So
Yeah, pull off a copy from one of the influencers. Copy. He always does this. Really? Oh my god.
speaking of that, I had an incident last month. Actually, I lost my key to open up our main office door to my apartment building. And we were like, where did it go? Where did it go? We looked everywhere. Kid you not, including in my purse. I looked twice in my purse. I dumped everything out and went through it. Could not find it. Got in the car, accidentally dropped a piece of mail, picked it up, and it was underneath the mail.
No.
Oh my.
Weirdest thing
Yes,
ever.
be careful with certain people. There are energy vampires that you have to be careful.
Oh yeah.
Psychic vampires.
Yes, psychic
Uh-huh.
energy vampire. And sometimes
Yeah.
they don't even know they're doing it, so they're not really psychic. They just suck the life out of you because they are drama, full of drama and
Yeah. They just want to bring you
Narcissistic.
down to their level.
yep.
I cut that up real quick.
Yep. Nope.
Sometimes
Nobody
you try to
knows.
give them the benefit of the doubt, though.
So when I
No.
made that funny face, that's probably going to be like when when we're done the video, how it has a picture. That's what the picture's going to be. It's like going to be like me, like
Yeah,
it always does that to me.
That's great.
like RJ said.
We
right
should
here.
all just start making funny faces just to try and get it to do that.
Natural succubus.
Yes.
Oh. Oh my god.
That's
I'm just
thing
trying to
about our
think.
team.
Let's
We've
see.
got a sense of humor.
Yeah, that's what we usually do on this podcast. We do have a big sense of humor here. if you only would know
Well,
what
you
goes on
wait.
in backstage.
If Mark comes on, he'll get going. Trust me.
Yeah. But I do have a question for you two again.
Okay.
Do you? I'm sure you guys use some equipment. What often type of equipment that spirits get in tune or react to the most? I'm kind of curious, coming from me.
It's different every time, but I will tell you, Sean doesn't need the equipment. He can sense it. He doesn't need any of it. But we use like the K2 meters, we've got a little Mark hasn't been using the Tesla tower, which
Yeah,
is
he did.
really
He used
cool.
it. He used it.
Oh,
He used it.
so
at,
we've got a little
1918
Tesla
house.
tower that was built, and it was not meant for them to be able to speak through. That's not what it was built for. It was meant to give them energy, and we can hear their voices and their laughter and them talking. It's really amazing.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Can I be honest with you guys? When you said Tesla, I was thinking in my mind the Tesla cars. I was like, Tesla.
Oh no! This is like a tower that sparks. It's about this tall, and it has a box that it stands on, and then it just has little sparks that go out.
It gives out energy to the spirits so they can talk.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I wasn't trying to be
right
funny.
Through it.
I wasn't trying to be funny. I honestly thought Tesla made ghost equipment. I was like, what?
Tesla needs to make ghost equipment. That would be awesome.
Yes.
What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Really?
Yes, really. I'm serious.
I want to see that. I want to see a Tesla car.
Yes, Sparky. Alicia just mentioned Sparky.
Yeah.
I've seen those, and the other one I see a lot too is the plasma balls. You see it like Spencer's and stuff like that. By the way, guys, and everyone in the audience, I was backstage, so I was trying to make Squeakers and Lurker laugh.
And we have another guest coming.
Hello.
Hi. Hi, Barb.
You have a Batman steering wheel.
Yep, sure do. I hope I'm not too rude. I'm going to be eating like in front of you guys.
Okay.
Multitasker.
Like, I had to go buy cat food, or my cat will be like really mad.
My cat's been a jerk the last 3 nights. Up until last night, she did okay, but she was a jerk when we came home.
Well, your cat's like a spaz attack cat, man. That cat's like
oh my gosh, yes.
She's on speed, man.
And she weighs 6 pounds. She's little bitty. She's 6 pounds.
She is as small as my cat, but she's got this big old
she has more fur than body. She's a long-haired black cat and more fur than body.
And she's got such a big old freaking fluffy tail and this little body. It looks like her tail's gonna grow over her face.
Speaking of cats, I don't know where any of our producers are. Usually we're all upstairs.
Speaking of
cats, they better gave me a spoon. They did.
Usually I have at least 3 of them down here yelling and hollering at me.
Oh man.
Yep.
Oh no.
I would go and get my cat to share her, but she will Freddy Krueger me, I promise. So I'm not doing it.
Why do they do this?
I'll take that chocolate sundae you got there. I'll take that to go. Thanks.
She's having a moment. She might need.
That's not a McDonald's milkshake, is it?
No.
No, they're always broken.
Why did you guys? You guys are like, blah, 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 like you're breaking up or something. Is that me?
That's
you.
Yep.
Because all of you are like, talk. How am I? Am I breaking up or?
No.
Hey, Barb.
What? Quit it, Sean. I know better. I know better with my team. My team loves to screw with me.
I already brought that up. Stop it.
Mark is a ghost bait. Mark is a
I'll
ghost
be right
bait.
back. I am going to try
silly-
and get my cat.
Okay.
Oh Lord!
Hi.
All of a sudden we hear.
We'll be here.
I'm the silly one of the group. I'm the one that gets nailed by everybody teasing, you know. But Mark's the ghost bait.
Don't feel bad. We tease Marcus all the time with the Minnesotas all the time. Don't feel
You
bad.
have to. You have to. You got to keep him in line, man.
But it's all out of love. It's all out of love, Barb.
You know what? Something tells me that was a really smart comment, so that's what I think. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I wonder if it's my
Hey.
Bluetooth, man.
It was about
Speaking of fun and
I don't know. I
games,
just assume it's about me when it comes to Lurker.
I'm going to disappear for a second.
It's
Hold on,
not about
guys.
you.
Just so everybody knows, we did get a new router or modem or whatever.
Okay.
hey,
there won't be any more like interviews.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Why do you say it?
Too late.
Anyway, he can have his headphones back.
Speaking of fun and games and stuff, what was your guys' most popular funny blooper that you guys can remember?
We have brought that up before.
You have
Barb saying, "Oh no, this is the Freddy Krueger cat."
Remember, I'm the silly one. I am the one that I swear to God.
Also the stinky one.
Okay. Here's the
Oh,
deal.
Do you want to tell the story?
Yeah, I'll tell the story because you guys are going to tell the story anyway, so I might as well do it. Well, okay. We went to this house, okay, and Alicia goes, "Hey, Barb, put kosher salt in there," and we set our little thing, smudging and everything in the closet. There was a portal. So I get on my hands and knees, and I put in this kosher salt, and my butt crack was like that much showing.
What?
That's not what I was thinking of.
So my husband takes the camera and looks down on my butt.
What?
Live.
At least they didn't say, "Oh, look, I found a portal."
No, there
Those
was
are always the
another
great
one
ones.
too.
But she's
That
always
was
the butt of
another
the joke.
Nah.
Yeah. The reason that I told you that I asked about the milkshake. Barb's not allowed to have milkshakes before a
Oh no,
Before
McDonald's. Did you realize that
There was a famous part.
fake? McDonald's milkshakes are fake.
Portals to hell.
They are milk fake. So whatever was in there, my stomach's like, "Oh hell no!"
It was pandemonium because I'm standing behind her, and all of a sudden she rips one and tries to run away, and she's running towards me and Cameron, the camera guy, and we're running from her. I knock a mannequin over, and Mark, it scares the crap out of Mark. He's like, "What?"
Oh, Scooby-Doo moment.
What the
Because it went boom, and yeah, we're all running, and Cameron's like, "Stop following us!" Because she had the running farts. It was like,
Oh, Lord.
Been there, done that.
Popcorn farts. I call them popcorn farts.
Actually, believe it or not, the USS North Carolina, I had them. Before we went live, and I got everything out of my system. I was so happy.
And
I
this
was like, "Crap, I need to go live."
This is so funny. We go back to the 1918 house.
that's where that happened.
Tammy wasn't there, but all of a sudden I let one rip. We weren't on live, and Mark goes, "No, don't you dare!"
Oh, they're just-
Talk about
Nothing
the
was.
circus.
Okay, so Mark was ripping them all night that night.
Yeah, he was, but no one heard his part on live.
Well, I think we reached a good point in the show for a quick commercial break. Just to wipe a little bit.
Welcome to the unpredictability of the show, guys.
No.
With a sense of humor.
Had to break the silence.
That broke the silence for sure.
Yeah, even the Barb. You know, I come to realize.
Call her the Demon Ripper.
It really wasn't me. It was a spirit.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
She didn't have a dog to blame it on, so she's blaming it on the spirits.
Well, heck yeah.
Melissa
Oh.
but I think now's the good time for a break, guys, to let Tammy get some color back.
Mine's blinking. Look at my color. If I move closer, it turns me red and back.
But I do want to take a moment. I know he's probably still in here. I want to thank, as always, Brian Laverty for everything he's doing. and for allowing all of us, including Enlightened Souls and a bunch of others, to stream on Parapost Network Central. If you guys have not already, seriously head over there on Facebook, give a like, follow, all that good stuff, because there's some new teams, new podcasts, and new groups literally every day joining. So you always find different people on there. But I also want to give a shout out to DNTV, PD Region, Global, all you guys, everybody that's listed right here. I want to thank all you guys for all the support for the show. I want to also thank my co-hosts over here who do an amazing job. And while Melissa's here as well from Forget Me Not, I want to thank all you guys, including my family and our family from Enlightened Souls for the P3 family. You guys literally make everything happen. You guys are the main success for the P3 program, and I want to thank you guys so much for everything. You guys are freaking awesome. But I'm going to turn the spotlight back over to my co-host because this is their show. But I just wanted to interject and say thank you to everybody who makes this show such a success and really everything. You guys are amazing, and I couldn't even begin to dream of having any of this success without each and every one of you. So thank you all so much for your love and continued support.
Yep.
So everyone in the audience, if you haven't already, share. Seriously, go find Enlightened Souls Paranormal. All the links are in the description. Give them a like, follow. They're on TikTok as well. They have some amazing videos. Go show them some love. And don't go anywhere, because I know these guys have a heck of a second half coming up of the show. So I will catch everybody later on our Friday show. But everybody else, much love to you all, and we'll see you all later. But don't go anywhere, because we got more.
All right, we are back. We are back. I don't know if Barb, since you just came on, I do have a question for you since I already asked these two earlier. What's your what was your? I don't know if they asked you the last show because I wasn't on the last show, but I'm gonna ask you this. What was your first paranormal experience and what got you into the paranormal field, Barb?
Well, I've always had, like, growing up, I always had, like, an intuition. I've always been a medium. And then somebody would call me mental, psychotic. And then I just said, okay, fine. I don't want this gift. I want it. I don't want it. Well, then when I wanted to go to, like, cemeteries and everything, everybody was pansies. I couldn't get anybody to go. And finally, Mark Lee, he sings Decade of Decadence, and lead singer of that. I was like always going to shows, everything. And then our former team, I noticed him on Facebook and I'm like, oh my God, I just want to go once. I just want to go once. Well, I ended up going to Devil's Backbone and
Thank you.
oh my God, I loved it. And here I am today.
Awesome,
And
awesome. So,
I have met so many good people. T3, I mean, I wish I would have been doing this all along, even when I was younger, but my kids were young at the time too, and I couldn't do it. So I enjoy just talking to people, and I can't think of anything that's really scared me. That
Now, Barb and I have shared grandkids, actually.
yeah, and
oh,
yeah,
Our
and
kids are married.
Yeah. And the thing too is they'll say, oh, Barb, go to the basement. Okay. So I go down there. I don't care. And Alicia, our former teammate, goes, boy, you have the balls, man. You go anywhere. I go, yeah. What are you going to do?
I can't forget my cat. She is dragging something out of my closet.
Well, you're not the only one, Barb, because I'll go wherever. It doesn't bother me any either.
Yeah. It doesn't bother me because I know I'm protected in it. You know, I believe in Jesus Christ and God. And, you know, I think the thing is, I think we all crossed our paths for a reason. God put us together for a reason. And this team we're just like family. And I'm so thankful that I have my family here. Because, it's not always blood thicker than water type thing. No, water's thicker than blood in this case.
yeah.
When we all have some strange connections from the past too. Barb and I met well before our kids met, and our kids have been married for a while now. It was like a craft show thing that we met the first time. And the same with me and Sean. He was at one of my class reunions. I think it was like 4.5 years ago.
It was
I'm not going to say which one.
About 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
he was dating one of my friends at the time.
Yeah, and my son's a camera guy, my son's friend. Mm-hmm. It's just crazy. I mean, how we all just blended together. And I didn't think in a million years, I was going to be on an actual team. You know what I mean? It's just crazy.
I agree.
I always wondered, okay, Barb, what is your passion? And I could never find it. What's your gift? I don't have a green thumb, a freaking art finger, whatever you call it. So
art finger?
Art finger?
What I love to do. And this is my passion. Do you know I could actually go move to Florida, but I won't because I love my team so much and my grandkids are here and I can't leave.
That's amazing. That's awesome that you're showing a lot of love and support for your team and everyone.
And I got their backs and they got my back. So I'm just excited. I made the right decision to stay and not go to Florida.
I do have another question for you, Barb, since I already asked these two. Do you believe that when people have gifts, do you believe that it's like a gateway or a way for spirits to communicate with the living?
Yes, fully believe that. Because I myself see color apparitions. I can look and I can see it. It's like my husband accepted Christ in his heart, and his dad was a Christian and always wanted him to be a Christian, right? And believe in God and everything. And he was actually an agnostic. Well, the day after, he left to go get his mom from Florida. I'm sitting here vacuuming, and at the corner of my eye, before that, I didn't put two and two together. If I smell a cherry pipe, then my father-in-law is around. I never got to meet him. And all of a sudden, I looked at the corner of my eye, and there he is standing there with a blue flannel on, blue jeans, skinny as can be, black hair. And he looks at me and goes, thank you. And he runs down the hallway and disappears. I've had so many incidents with that. I can actually, they go into my dreams, and then I'll wake up and tell somebody, and it actually comes true. So I've got so many gifts that I'm still opening my third eye, and I can't remember. I asked God to just, I can't do this anymore because it was really, I didn't know what to think of it. I didn't have anybody around to help, with everything. And then one day I asked him, I need to help people. I know you gave me this gift to help people, and I don't remember why I went ahead and asked him to open my gifts, but he has. But I guess it's up to me because I'm blocking something and I need to get rid of it so I can actually fully help people. And unless I'm just being stubborn, my brain, I don't know. But it's crazy. I mean, I'm just excited. This is my dream. And to me, if I get paid for it, yay. If I don't, I don't care because this is what I love.
Well, and that's
Amen
how
to that.
that's how it should be, and that's something that not a lot of people understand. That yes, you can shut it out, but I don't think it fully will go away. You know what I mean? It's not going to fully go away, and it's something that will most likely always be with people.
Oh yeah, and my
Maybe.
intuition
Maybe.
always spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And our grandkids, they all have birthmarks right on their third eye.
Yep, every one of them.
Oh,
And I believe
That's
it's
cool.
hereditary because my mom was never diagnosed, but she did have bipolar. You can just tell. But she always would say, "Oh, they're moving my stuff. They're this, they're that." And I thought, man, she's not. And I wasn't for sure what it is. She wasn't the best person to me either. But then I have all these gifts, and then all three of my kids have gifts.
And their kids.
Yeah, my middle son, I knew he had gifts. Well,
It's
he goes
inherited.
downstairs in my basement, and I have over $100. He goes, "I'm getting the heck out of here. It's too heavy down here." And he ran. I said, "See, you got gifts." "Oh no, you're playing with fire." I said, "No, I'm not playing with fire. We don't go hunt demons."
That's that fear.
Uh-huh.
Stereotypes.
Yep.
no, but I believe that everybody comes together for a reason. There's a purpose
Yes.
why all y'all are a team together, why y'all linked up, and it isn't coincidence. There's a purpose for this, or there's maybe even a greater purpose than just within y'all's team. Maybe there's much more that y'all haven't explored yet.
Oh, it's coming.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's coming.
And the
I think
funny part about it is we like to go in vacant places. But we've had so many residential calls, and it's crazy because I never thought. And we like to bring closure to people after their loved ones pass. And it just seems like God keeps sending us people that need our help, to talk to their loved one that has died or to just be there for them. And it's so awesome. I mean, we've cried with them. They've cried. We just, it's crazy.
Go ahead, Squeakers.
Oh, I was just gonna have you go ahead and ask your question because I know you were trying to ask it a couple times.
Go ahead.
Well, my thought process on all of this, everybody's different. Everybody has different gifts, and yet there are so many gifts out there that that we're still trying to understand, but there are labels. How do you feel about labels on things?
I don't like labels because a lot of people seem to think, "Oh, well, you're doing it all wrong." No, we have our own. We all are the same. Different gifts.
And it's somebody's way of downgrading our gifts.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I mean, when you have a gift, Tammy, she's a Reiki master and she's psychic. Okay. And I see things different. "Oh no, you got to see it this way." No, that's not the way it is. And to me, when somebody puts someone down like that, then they really don't have a gift. That's the way I feel. Maybe I'm wrong.
Or they're denying their gift.
Yeah.
Would you consider that a type of spiritual bullying, almost?
I just don't think they understand.
In some ways, Yeah, they don't understand, but also we've got to remember that there are some people put in our lives for lessons to help us learn. And usually our biggest challenges are there to help us overcome our triggers.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there's something called a Hyoka empath. There are other things like that there are things that we're supposed to overcome in this life and realize that they don't define us.
And Mark is our leader, and I tell you what, he really pushes.
He's a Hyoka empath, actually.
Yeah, he's something.
That's what I consider myself, but I'm still learning a lot. So.
Yeah.
That means that you're a mirror to people, and if you're a Hyoka empath, that means that you mirror back the things that they fear the most.
Right.
I definitely agree, Samantha Baker. Everyone's got a gift in some form.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
If they can hone it, yes, they do.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to get, but sorry about that. I'm not going to get into the religious topic, but I feel like religious tends to bound things, and I think people get afraid to talk about things. And in my own opinion, it has nothing to do with religion.
Well, I believe
it does have to do with spirituality. Spirituality is different than religion. Religion is just the confine of everything. Spirituality is growth.
Right. And there is a God in Jesus, but it's just like that, okay? You go to church, right? And somebody looks at you, you can't wear that outfit. Oh, well, you're not doing it right. Well, you're not doing this. Well, shoot, what to do? People go, oh, God, that religion's terrible. Well, it's not the religion.
And another thing, everybody interprets it different.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because it's a different message to everybody.
Exactly.
Right.
I've had some questions brought up a while back from a few people because there was one from a lady. She was so scared. She was like, I don't even know if I should be on this channel. And there was another channel that I was helping out with. And she was like, I am full-blown Catholic. My parents are Catholic. My family's Catholic. She was like, I feel like I have gifts, but I want to explore them, but I feel like I'm going to go to hell and all this other stuff. And I'm like, oh, sweetheart, you're not going to go.
No.
Hell's right here on Earth if we create it that way.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
If we create it that way, we have a choice.
Yep.
I mean, I was brought up Catholic, and I've inherited my gifts, I think, through, like I said, my grandmother, but I also know some family members.
And your mom, too.
Yep. My mom is, she's finding out she's got some of the same things I can do.
And kids can be scared because they don't know.
Yeah, and then they don't know who to turn to, especially if you're a divided family.
Also because they're wanting to fit in, and you just don't.
Right.
I mean, they do, at least now, they have a lot more what I call spiritual support groups, per se. But back in the day when we were all growing up, we didn't have any of this because Google wasn't around.
Right.
None of this technology was around. And so to have...
We were born before the internet.
Yeah.
All of us.
My nephew still looks at me weird when I say that.
Before cell phones.
Exactly. So to me,
I just figured out I can change the color of my face.
No.
All these groups we're putting on are just different spiritual support groups, and I think it's awesome because we all have our different beliefs that we do hold and are willing to help people, and it's just incredible.
And I could safely tell you this, guys. Granted, me and Squeakers are from a different religious background, but somehow we get along very well because, I'm not the type of person, I'm very open to a lot of things. And I do believe they all connect in some way.
Yeah.
And they do. It'll go.
I think that nobody has all of the truth. Nobody has more than nobody has more than half the truth. We all have different experiences and different paths that we're supposed to go on. And if we all had the truth, we wouldn't be here. That's why, I believe in past lives. I believe that we're reborn over and over again until we get all of the lessons we're supposed to get.
Yeah, and
None of us know it all.
See, when you die, I believe God, the Holy Spirit, puts you in different lives. There
I
is
feel
a
like
heaven,
we choose our different lives.
right?
Well,
There's a
heaven and hell
heaven and
do
there's a
exist.
hell.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Exactly, guys. Going back, like, not just that it connects in some form way of different religions, but also, like y'all three said, every gift is different in some shape, form, or fashion too. I also have a gift too, but it's a gift I don't want because it's the type of gift that's kind of a burden and it makes me feel pain all the time. Not like,
You feel other people's pain.
no, it's a different type of pain. It's like it's complicated. So I'm trying
Like,
to figure that out more.
do you feel? Because, here's
Maybe
two
grief.
instances. All right, I had a friend, dad, who could not figure out what was going on. What was going on? Well, he came over to his daughter's house and he's sitting there kind of holding his side. Oh my God.
Oh, Steve.
I go, you got pancreatic cancer, don't you? And he looked like the deer with the headlights on because then my side started hurting. And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Then, trying to think of the other one, it just went beep. But that was really a major one. Oh, Steve. I don't know why. But anyway, we
Yeah,
had a friend,
Steve.
Steve. He was my best friend. And Steve had cancer. Well, they kept
That
saying
was another connection for us because that was my daughter's friend's dad.
yep. And he kept saying C diff, T diff. The doctor kept saying it, and he kind of put on his hand on his belly. I said, "Oh my God." He goes, "What?" I said, "You got cancer." I said, "You've got liver. I'm seeing liver. Nothing to do with your liver like cancer." And he goes, "No, it ain't C diff. It's shit." I was right.
What's that noise?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's my end. I'm going to mute mine.
Okay.
So I mean, is that the pain you're you mean what you're going through?
I'll explain a little bit. It's kind of complicated,
Sure.
but I'll give you the short version of it. I would feel pain like right here,
Mm-hmm.
right here, right
Oh,
in the middle of my feet.
the religious stigmata.
Oh my God.
Ah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean,
It could be stigmata. I don't know. We're looking more
So
into it.
when do you feel that? What's going on when you
It
feel
comes
that?
on and off. It'd be tolerable. Sometimes it'd be so painful. It would be hard to bear.
it's
I
almost like
think that you need to look into past lives.
yeah, you may be linked to God Himself.
Who knows? But I do have a question for all three of y'all. Do you have any planned investigations or anything set up for the next few months lined up for us so we can check y'all out?
Yeah, it's kind of up in the air. We just got to get some put in there. We work around all of our schedules, and we work around Mark because he's got a band, Decade of Decadence. So we're trying to get the schedule together to really go somewhere. We talking about even though the biggest ghost hunt, we're going to Salem in
Yes.
Illinois,
That's
and
what the September 24th, I think. We're
Yeah,
going to be
we're
yeah,
doing
definitely
that.
going
That's the
there.
big one.
yeah. But also, we're trying to do the Ruber Hotel. That's in Southern Illinois. What's the other one?
In the
Cave and Rock.
mansion there in Peoria, we've been trying
Yeah.
to work on.
So we've got stuff that we're thinking, and then there's a place in Indiana. It's a jail, and we're trying to get in there, but it's not going to be till next year.
Well, in the 15th, we may have a place that we may encounter a double homicide that
Yeah.
is not far from me. That might be July 15th, around that time.
Okay. So that way everybody can check y'all guys out for sure. So
I'll
as
be going.
far as this
Hey,
comment, Samantha Baker, never feel invaluable. Everybody's
no,
valuable. Everybody's unique. in
Oh,
their
yeah.
own way. Never feel this way. Okay?
Especially, if you're trying to find your gifts and
Yeah.
someone says to you, you're mental or psycho, don't listen to them. Don't do what I did. I could have.
Well, she said she can sometimes see what happens but can't stop it. But the
Right.
reason for that is that those visions, those things that come to us, it's a warning or just to let us know what's happening. We can think that we have complete power over everything around us, but we don't.
Right.
Other
It's
people, we can't control anybody else and what other people are going to do that causes things. It just, we have no control over anything but us.
I have a friend, she doesn't really believe in things, but she astro projects. And her spirit comes to visit me once in a while and telling me how much she's burnt out and she needs to change her ways because she's always work and helping everybody else. And she doesn't, take time for herself or take time to live, and it says, you need to. And her spirit told me to tell her that, and right now I can't control her, but, she may find out the hard way.
Well, I will ask you these. I'll ask you the three of y'all this. Like, I know it's amazing to help people, and we have amazing gifts and abilities. And I know sometimes it can be tiring sometimes because y'all would feel the burnout after a while. Do y'all take breaks in between y'all's investigations and helping others?
Mm-hmm. We all get together and
just hang out and
hang out. New Year's Eve,
go out to eat.
Just like
we're having a 4th of July party.
Yeah, so it's cool. And the thing too is, like, I'm a psychic medium, but my psychic is when I'm talking to somebody, and if the spirits talk to me, I'll tell them. But I can't just walk up and have someone come up. Can you read me? No, it's all what the spirits tell me. That's what it is. And I'll tell them, this is how it is. This is how my psychic abilities are, and that way, they know that I ain't fake too, because I'm not fake. And I don't want, and the thing too is, people are like, oh, you're fake, you're this. No, And that's what everybody, I don't know if you guys have gotten that, where somebody's called you fake, and you're like, no, we're not fake. And like some of them believe in Jesus Christ, like I do, and they're like, Jesus Christ. I go, you know what? I said, he's a spirit. And he gets them thinking, because he is. So why can't I be a spirit, when I die?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that happens a lot because it's nothing against y'all getting called for being fake or anything, but there's been people had trouble with other people in the past. They claim they can do this and that, and come to find out they get exposed, or they find out the darker truth behind it. So, don't get too upset with them. I'm sure people have tried to seek help and they thought people had these certain abilities, but then they had a bad experience with that. So that's why.
Mm-hmm.
I don't yell at them or anything. I'll just agree with them and walk away if they don't, because you can't. But the thing too is, what I love is skeptics to bring them with us. Oh, it's so much fun. We had a skeptic, and he got scratched, and
that happened to be one of my friends.
This wide, but wider. I can't do it because I have big fingers. And he's like, "Oh, my back's burning." We looked. Yep, sure enough, he got scratched, and I laughed because I'm like, "Here you are. You were skeptic, and this happened."
And the funny thing about it, I just talked to him a week prior to those guys going to investigate their house because I'm friends with them, and that's when I actually started following the Enlightened Souls, and then that's not long after I became a member.
Yep, one thing led to another. Here you are.
Because they kept sending me some pictures, and I kept checking them out, and I kept feeding them back to them. It's like, hey guys, you're missing this, you're not seeing this, and it's like, what? And then Mark just decided, hey, we're going to let Sean join the team. So I got an invitation and I ended up joining.
Yeah, it's good. It's always good to have an extra set of eyes and ears. Sometimes we do end up missing things, so it actually helps to have an extra set of eyes and ears. Always.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like to put live. On our investigations, because there's people that will ask questions or they'll say, "Oh man, did you see that?" And you're like, "Oh man, didn't," and then rewind it. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, we ask you if you see it and we don't, point something
Yeah.
out so we can go back and look at it,
Confirm it.
And if you want to ask spirits questions, go for it. And well, by all means, ask them.
Have you guys ever had anybody online actually come encounter, not just seeing it, but actually talking to one? And then, like, if I say I've got my headset on mute and they ask a question, and then all of a sudden you guys get a response. Have you guys had that happen before?
I haven't.
We have had people, like the first time we went to the 1918 house, we did have somebody that heard the names of the people that were there, and we were able to confirm those names. We had no information when we went in there, but as we started going through some of the things in the house that had been there since the beginning, we found pictures with the names of the people that lived there, and
That's crazy.
Coincided, yeah.
And then there's Littlefoot. We went to one.
Oh yeah,
Littlefoot. I got him right in my living room. He's actually a dinosaur.
they gave him to Barb because they didn't want him anymore.
And they didn't want him. And someone online goes, his name's Timmy. And then we're like, is your name Timmy? And he goes, woo, and he does his voice. Well, I've got him in the living room, the front room, and then you go into the dining room, and then the left's kitchen, right? And then the right's like your bedroom, my bedroom. And then I come out, and the minute that spirit sees me, he's like, hello. Or he'll go, good morning. It's crazy. And he's got his tongue. And when I had him downstairs, Tammy, with the dolls, he wouldn't even say a word. I brought him out.
He was scared of those dolls.
Yeah, he didn't like it down there. But I brought some dolls, up in my room, and he was in my room, and he talks. I mean, he doesn't shut up, especially in the living room. He does not shut up. He's pretty cool.
Nice.
So what is your guys' experience like? I would ask, let's see, the scariest experience that you had at an investigation.
I'll start. Well, I wouldn't say an investigation. I go out and explore places that I think or suspect that could be haunted. I went to the place, it's on my YouTube channel. It's called the Juice Pavilion. It's in San Antonio, Texas. It's nearby Brackenridge, in sort of in the downtown area. And there's like a cemetery about a good 2 miles off where the Juice Pavilion is. So I wanted to go check it out. I went over there at 5 in the morning, got my camera, got my light, got my gear, got everything ready. Went to go look around. I counted a homeless person. That scared the crap out of me because I was like, what the heck is that? Homeless person, woke up, then went back to sleep. And I was like, okay, never mind. And then I kept going. And then I heard like a like someone got killed or something. I was like, I jumped. I was like, what the hell? What was that? Was that a scream? I was like going around with my flashlight, like walking fast because it sounded like it was nearby. So I was trying to pinpoint where the source of the sound was coming from. So that made me jump. So that terrified me because I thought maybe it was like a banshee wail or something. I wasn't sure, but I just put maybe banshee wail or ghost wail or something. But that was definitely the scariest experience ever for me.
Interesting.
That's cool.
Squeaks.
Well, I have a few of
Sitting there
them.
trying to think. He's like,
I have a few of them. But I think I'm boring everybody with my stories that I've had from the house down on the river. But when I was with my older team that I had, we went to a particular town, and just going down some of the side roads, we were kind of like, this is really odd. And inside that town, there was a church on every corner. And it was a small town, so there wasn't very much to it. And to see that there was a church on every corner was like a little bit odd to begin with, for me anyways. But then I started noticing other things, and the crossroads, there was a lot of crossroads. But I think running into the dog man, what I considered a dog man, was something that I'll never forget.
wow. And also, how did you get the nickname Squeakers?
Actually, while I was with Brian James and the Spokane Ghost Crew, he actually came up with it and started calling me Squeakers, and everybody else caught on to why, and it's just stuck because of my laugh.
Oh my god, if you would have heard her laugh, I mean, she squeaked. She laughs.
They've got me going some pretty hard sometimes, and yeah.
Buddy.
My old math high school teacher, Mr. Hobbs, always used to say I was going to die laughing, and he's probably right.
Oh my god, I'm right there with you. Right there with you, because my laugh is like, I don't know if y'all watch Impractical Jokers. If I were to laugh so hard, if you crack one word, oh my god, I'm just
He
like,
does.
I'm heaving over on the ground, collapsing. I laugh like Sal. Some people are starting to speculate that I might be related to Sal. Who knows?
You know what? Like those you see on YouTube everywhere where they have fluid in their mouth and they try to make them laugh, and whoever spits it out first, of course loses. I would be the one that lost.
Oh,
Yep.
I
I'll be the
know.
one that
All
first.
they have to do is look at me funny, and I just.
Game over. Yeah.
I say we could probably do that, but I don't want the laptops right in front of us.
I know, right? All we'd have to hear is laugh, and we know you've lost.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I'd be done for.
I think we should have a contest to see who'd be the first one to go.
Right.
What, to laugh?
Yeah, as far as the laugh, I think I'll probably. Well, all three of us will be the first one to go down, and probably you two would be the last one standing.
I would just probably keep a straight face and just sit to myself like,
Oh,
Either lose
God.
or pass out trying not to lose.
Mark tries to get me a lot, and I just look at him like,
I just make funny faces and someone laughs.
Right.
I have to ask the team this: did Sean used to play poker? Because he's definitely got a poker face.
I've been a martial arts instructor in the past.
Nice.
Oh.
So.
You don't want to make him mad. He'll karate chop us.
And I used to cage fight, and I retired as champ. So.
Nice.
But yeah, I've got a big sports background, from football to track to martial arts to cage fighting. I used to be a coach to the JFL. I even used to help my daughters when they were in tram. I was their tram coach. So I've done numerous things.
I was nothing but a giggle person. Gift the gab. That's all I was. Not
But
all
hey.
athletic at all.
Hey, different personalities mesh into a team.
I've got a warped sense of humor.
You should hear us all in the back.
Oh, you think you have a warped sense of humor?
Oh yeah, I got one.
You don't know what goes on in backstage. Wink,
I'm
wink.
sweet and innocent. All I got to do is say, I'm sweet and innocent.
Yeah, we all know
right.
that. That's like you trying to hide behind a wall, and we're just sitting on the other side laughing.
Oh, Victor's Victor's watching. Hi, Victor.
Hey, Vic.
Sure.
Hello.
He's the Facebook user that's coming up.
Okay, I was wondering who it was. He
that's
asked the
Victor.
question. So when is the next investigation?
It's a
We're
surprise.
hoping on the 15th.
Yeah, we're hoping the 15th.
Yeah.
I could just say it's a surprise.
We may end up having one come up before then, too. Who knows?
Yeah,
Are you going to have a special guest?
that's what I always tell people. It's an ancient Chinese secret. They're like, Jesus, Barb.
I got a question. I got a question for you, Lurker.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you meditate?
No, I should be doing that.
I would say get a tiger's eye and meditate, and maybe you'll find your answer to your solution.
Yep.
That's definitely, I definitely will take that advice for sure.
Because I do a lot of meditating with crystals, and they seem to give me a lot of answers.
And if you want, put the crystal on the side of the tub and take a salt bath and relax your mind.
Hi, Facebook user.
You know, because that's what I do. I'll just get in the tub with salt and have my stones on the side and just sit there and meditate. Because they always say, if you have a big decision, get in the shower or the tub.
Elijah asked you a question, Barb. She's saying, where the heck are you driving to? LOL.
Oh, I'm going to the storage unit. Reason why I was late on here, I had to go get cat food before the stinking store closed.
Well,
And then I hurried up and got
Facebook
Jerry
user
was not gonna
says
storage shed.
you're heading to the woods.
That's probably Victor.
What's he said, Barb? It's what?
Heading to the woods.
Oh, that was Victor. Yep. You know, I should go to Springdale one of these times and video it and start scaring people. That'd be fun. I actually volunteered in a haunted house, and this black girl peed herself. Then this black guy left his kids in the middle of the field. I was a non-conjuring. Boy, did they get scared.
I used to dress up like a werewolf, and I'd scare college kids.
And then
I'd have their boyfriends crawling on the floor past me, and the girls were looking like, "What the heck is wrong with you?"
I would have been on the floor.
Oh yeah,
laughing.
I've had them turn around, run the other way, screaming.
I would have had to videotape that.
Bars,
Mr.
in the
Consultant,
bars,
Mr.
I can pull them
Consultant.
apart, and I come out after them. And the funny part about it is I have porcelain teeth that lock onto mine, so they look real. And I don't wear a mask. I do all my makeup, and I buff it all out, so it looks authentic when I do it. And it just, they run.
Oh, yeah. I love scaring people. And then they got on Google, a lot of people that say, okay, the nun's here, the such and such is here. I would move all through the cornfields because, hell, I heard one go, oh, well, she's right around the corner. Oh, no, I wasn't.
Different corner.
Right. Where are you guys all located at?
Out of
Central Illinois.
Illinois. Is it near Springfield?
Sort of. We're about an hour north of Springfield.
Yeah.
I'm an hour away from them.
Nice.
I'm only like 20 minutes because I'm in Washington, Illinois.
I'm actually in a little city called Galesburg.
Galesburg,
Illinois. It's one of the biggest hubs for the train yard.
Yeah.
Y'all have some strange city names, just like we do in Texas. Did you know we have a Paris in Texas?
Mm-hmm.
We're in Germantown Hills. I am. Not weird. German.
Squeezers? Hello, I didn't know that was you. Your name is Squeezers.
Now I want to know who the Facebook user is. Is that still Victor?
I don't know.
I had a
Hello, by the way.
squeaked when it meowed. It was so cute.
I don't know if you can see this, but this was my vampire or my werewolf picture.
Oh, yep.
I haven't
Oh my
done
god, that does look realistic. Imagine that in the
That's
dark.
great.
The only
Yeah.
thing I add is a wig on top of it, and it's like a mullet type for the werewolf. But yeah,
Huh?
Now, you guys go through my umpteen million pages. You could see my son was a clown, and you could see me. I'm holding a head, of course, a fake head, and it's got white hair and stuff. I look scary as hell. I loved it. I'd be a nun again.
Mhm.
That's not one.
And COVID hit, and then I couldn't volunteer again, and now I'm too busy.
Oh, it's Shaw Woman.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
We were trying to wonder who the Facebook user is.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Mysteries.
fun. I always tell them to put their name by it, but then they just want us to guess. And then when we're wrong, they'll be like, no.
It's kind of hard because we talk to people a lot, and it's kind of hard who's who.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
it's nothing against y'all. It's not we don't remember y'all. I'm sure we remember somewhere. It's just I don't.
We need a name to go with it.
I
right.
just keep saying Facebook
Right.
user.
When you encounter a lot of people, sometimes it's hard to remember exactly who's who once in a while.
Oh my
Mhm.
god! When we first started this thing, it's like
Yeah.
it was little people, but we actually knew who they were because they had their name. But when we started getting more of an audience, it's like Facebook user this, Facebook user that. I'm
Yeah.
like, who's that?
I wish StreamYard would like get up to date with everything and their names.
I agree. StreamYard, are you listening?
Yeah.
You're kind of slacking there.
And you know what? I can remember faces but not names, but I'll never forget Squeaker.
Squeakers is a very memorable
Thank
name.
you.
Everybody remembers her by Squeaker.
I don't know. Lurker's pretty good too.
Uh-huh.
Well, I used to go by 007 Lurker, but since Squeakers said
Oh God.
honey Lurker thing, that Matt thought, wait, why are you saying honey Lurker? So I twisted around and made it into honey Lurker. So that's where I got the name from. It's like the honey pot with the eyes. I started my brand.
There you go.
Then there's Matt with the boring name Matt because he will not have a nickname. No.
He's known as the consultant.
Mhm.
I consult.
I don't think any of us
Hi,
have got
Marcus.
nicknames for each other.
Maybe you should have nicknames. That'd be pretty cool.
Good. No, because then they'll give me some weird name like Spark.
She'd be Tootie. Tootie.
Oh,
What did you say?
Hey,
Tootie.
then we could animate a little book about her. Toot toot.
Tootie.
Hey, tutors.
what's up, Ken? Glad you could join us. We're just having a few laughs here and there, Ken.
Rudy or Shooty or what? I can't.
Tootie. Like farts. Toot.
Oh,
Tootie.
Hold on, there's another nickname first. There's another nickname.
Butt crack Barbie. Butt crack Barbie.
But Tootie is back to life. I can't, no, that's not good because, that's plagiarism. Isn't that what it's called or something?
No, it's a name.
No, but it's already taken.
What?
I can't copy it.
And have
What's
tutors.
You can always modify and spell
He's just
it.
trying to find a reason not to use it.
Appreciate you stopping by, Ken. Thanks.
Hi, Ken.
Hey, Ken.
Hello.
And yeah, it's always fun.
Mhm.
Facebook user says I like that one, Elijah.
Yeah, butt crack.
Oh, it looks like it's stuck.
Oh, he called me butt crap Barbie. I'm like, hey now, at least I have a butt crack.
There's a song you can sing with that one.
Yeah, we
When
can
there's
modify
butt
it.
crack, I'd blow up because I'd be full of crap.
Gold. Tootsie?
Hey, the Worst case scenario, we can call you Scud Missile.
Dude. Yeah, they're just cracking up on you today, Barb. I mean, they're going hard on you.
Hey, I'm the butt of all jokes, bud.
It rhymes. It makes sense, guys.
Gotta be Barb.
Barb did it again. Yeah.
Damn it. I got away. Woo! No.
Ken agrees.
Here's the thing. I was on live, and, we all do, like, we're not fake, but we all have an entertainment side on us, but not entertainment, like, you know what I mean? And I was like, you know what? I was laughing so hard because everybody that watches Enlightened Souls Paranormal, there ain't a dull moment in this building.
I know.
It was just like last Friday. Our cameraman was sitting there filming, and Barb and Mark were starting to do the closeout of the thing, and I'm standing right behind him. He doesn't realize it, and I'm sitting there whispering in his ear. Going, pss, pss, pss. He starts looking around like, I hear something. And I'm like, pss, pss, pss. And he's like, he doesn't even realize I'm standing right behind him. And all of a sudden, he just jumps, and everybody just starts laughing.
That's what I'm saying.
That's great.
We want people to get to know us as a person too. And so, personalities. We're not.
It was Alex, Alicia. It was Alex.
Yeah.
I was standing point blank behind him, and he didn't even realize it. I mean, I was just kind of whispering things in his ear, and he's looking around, trying to figure out where they're coming from to debunk it. And I'm just kind of squatting behind him, dodging him, and I'm sitting here talking, and all of a sudden he just realized I was behind him, and he just lost it.
Hey, that's how you build bonds.
It's funnier with cameras.
Yeah. He will scream.
Camera will scream.
Nice.
Went to Indiana Beach, okay? There's me, my son, and Cameron. And we were in this haunted house, and there's these doors. You gotta be able to get out. It was kind of like a maze. Well, I hid behind a door, and I freaking scared him, and he screamed like a little girl. We have got to get that on camera, man, on live.
Well, yeah, we got him to do that at the 1918 house too, and we didn't get it on camera.
Oh man, you guys are slacking. You should get it on camera.
We all hid, and he comes in and he's like, "Oh shit," because we're all hiding in you.
Oh my God.
Mark jumps out. He's like, "Ah!"
Oh my God.
I wasn't scared. Stop.
You were plenty scared.
He's like, if I didn't jump, I just looked. I go, no, you jumped.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
No, but
It's a lot.
man, but that's how you build bonds. That's how you get closer as a team, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, otherwise, sometimes I know we can get all serious, but sometimes you just got to share a few laughs here and there.
Right.
You know, like I said in my show the other day, like sometimes we need a break from the paranormal stuff, or sometimes we need a break from, society and series of challenges and us surviving. We need a break from it, and we just all need to crack a joke and smile and laugh as we go.
Right.
It makes our day.
And we're always doing that. We were even able to get Sean to laugh.
You know what? You know the reason why I had Cameron get on our team? The really big reason, so they'd leave me alone for a short time and bug him.
Are you listening, guys? What's the reason? Tell us the reason. The audience would like to know too.
The reason is he is so fun to scare.
100%. 100%, Ken. I agree.
100%. And then they'd leave me alone and they'd scare him. him or mess with him, and it's fun because then I get to laugh at somebody else. It's fun, man.
Oh my god, man! You guys are giving me ideas for
It's
fairy.
it's kind of the way you got to break in the rookies.
As many as you want.
Yeah, sneak up behind them.
Yeah, I cracked a joke. I cracked a joke on one of the people that Matt had with them on the battleship. I said, "Well, you gotta break them in, you know."
Yep.
I've been on that battleship, but it was like a family. It was like a family tour during the day. It wasn't like a ghost tour.
I would love
But
to.
yeah, they used to. I don't know if they still
Hi,
do. But
Facebook
they used
user.
to do tours during the day.
You know, my dream was to go to Waverly Hills, but God, it's so expensive. And
You know,
they're
it'd be
talking about-
interesting.
They're talking about closing it down for good.
I heard about that.
And I'm
You
like,
know,
no, I gotta go. I want to go. I want to go so bad.
You know, it'd be interesting if our two teams can go into that battleship one night.
Yes.
Mhm.
That would be an interesting concept. How you guys do things and how we do it, and see what really comes about when we come in there.
They
That's
took my camera lens cap.
that's what I like about everybody in the paranormal community. Yes, we do, paranormal stuff, but everybody has like y'all have been saying all this time and throughout the show. Everybody has different ways of doing
Mhm.
things, different styles. There's so many different ways. Some use no equipment. Some use just one equipment. Others
Right.
use two. Others
Right.
use like a vast majority of multiple.
And you
So,
learn from each
happening.
other. You know, when you're all together, you learn from each other. Though sometimes you'll pick
Exactly.
up something new that you don't even know anything about. You know, if you're with somebody
Right.
else.
And that's
Exactly.
the good thing about very unity.
Like
We
Mr.
should
Consultant
try and
was saying.
find something like in the middle of the United States. It's
Exactly.
like not too far for everybody, and then all of us get together, like all of the teams we can get together, like a big ghost hunt. That would be fun.
That'd be
It's like-
cool, but like at a different location. I feel like the biggest location we can find. We can all different.
Yeah,
vast
that's what I
teams
mean.
Just get together and just explore the hell out of it and see what we can get.
Yeah.
Like a
Would be
prison
Waverly
or something.
Man.
Prison, yeah.
Prison or an old mental hospital or something like
An
Waverly
that.
old
Hills.
abandoned
Giant
hospital.
hmm
Get a big group to go, then it won't be as expensive. Go to Waverly Hills.
Yeah, and then we can, and we like Matt, like the consultant says. Sometimes when we all go to places, it's not always going to be the same thing. It's going to
Right.
always be different for everybody.
Well, because we
Right.
all have different things to offer and
Contribute,
to
yeah.
different ways of doing our investigations.
It's like I could walk in there and they don't even want to speak to me, but Tammy could go in there and they'll just talk her head off. That's just the way it goes.
Anything negative won't talk to me though.
Yeah.
Well, that's an example.
Me either.
I have to. There have been times that I've had to leave
Yeah.
because they've not. Yeah.
Well,
But
I won't
anything
leave.
positive
They
will.
can like it, lump it, or leave it.
It's like me and Mark have the same ghost tube app. I swear to God, they talk on hers more than mine.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Mine's up high sensitivity so they can talk through it, then why in the heck is that's I told him. But that's
What's up, Skull? Welcome.
You know, that's the difference with equipment. That's the difference with everything, you know. They must like Mark's phone better. I don't know. He's got the same phone. I couldn't
Well, he's
tell.
that Hyuka.
Yeah,
It's like spirits want to talk, they talk. If they want to talk, they don't want to talk. It's like they don't want
Mhm.
to talk. It's just like you can't really force them.
Mm-mm.
and the
Well,
other
they might not
And
want
they'll
to talk.
talk
but
to
I
who
can
they
find 'em.
feel. They'll talk to who they feel comfortable talking to.
Well, it's
Mhm.
just
Or
like it's
Somebody
just like
they don't like even sometimes.
it's just like when we were at the 1918 house, and I was trying to find out where they were. That one spirit says they didn't like me touching them.
yeah. And
'Cause
it's
I
really
I was able to get him to talk and become more active because I walked through that house singing Amazing Grace.
right. And remember, Tammy, we went to her house when we had the former team, and we took the rim pot, and I'm like, because she's got a chief stuck in her tree. And
Yeah, Chief
I took
Black Partridge.
the rim pot. I'm like, I'm gonna just full balls hell, see if this works. Well, I said, okay, yes is green, red is no. Not red, but blue is no. And by golly, I asked it a question and it went to green. Yes. I go, are you a chief? It went to green. Are you blah blah blah? It went to blue. And I'm like, oh, we found.
And it kept saying on the Ovilus app, it kept saying black.
Yep.
And then it would say partridge. And the Black Partridge was well known to be in this area where I live. He was a chief of what was the tribe? But his village was burned down, and all of the women and children in his tribe were killed while he was away fighting a war.
Got a question for all of y'all from Skull. Any thoughts on the CERN? CERN.
Kind of
The
thing.
CERN.
Yeah, CERN. That was the question.
I've never heard of that.
I don't
CRN?
use equipment that often, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's new to me too. I don't. Is it a type of equipment or? I'm just trying to figure it out what it is that he was asking.
It might have been like a.
Portal.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is.
I definitely got to look into that after the show. Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh man, is that the Mandela effect? I'm looking it up. Sorry, I'm googling it because I'm not.
Okay, there you go. There you go. He answered it for us. It's a giant hadron particle collider.
Colander. I've never used one.
Yeah, I never used one either.
Parallel dimensions. I definitely believe in parallel dimensions.
Yeah.
That too. Time loops, all that stuff. Definitely
the Mandela effect, definitely. There has
yeah,
to be
because I mean that has to do with all of it.
A lot of people have theories on like wormholes and parallels dimensions that they think it connects to the other side. Some say it may not be spirit. Some say it may be just people like you and me trying to get answers, like us trying to get answers from the other side.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because we always put it as the veil, not like the wormhole. We say the veil.
The veil, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and
but I do believe
other side.
I do believe there is portals that people has probably been walking through. That goes to another.
Oh, sure.
Some people have access to that. I'm without a doubt.
If you notice a big change in somebody's personality, there's a chance that has happened.
And you've seen pictures. If you go through some of the pictures in the past, you're looking at some of the people that's in the crowd. It looks like they actually have a cell phone, and that didn't even exist back then.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
I've seen pictures like that before, and that's pretty odd. Or they're dressed more modern than what the rest of the picture is. But then it could be edited. It could be put in. But there's some of them that's you got to think really hard about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just a lot of speculation and theories right now, and some people speculate and theorize that it could tie into what we do when we hunt for spirits. Like it could be them on like us, physical form on the other side, and they probably think we're spirits or something.
True.
It's complex.
Very true.
It's kind of like
that would explain why they talk back.
Oh, sure.
I mean, I believe, there's people all around us all the time. It's another dimension in itself.
They're in a different frequency too.
Yeah.
Well, that ties in the parallel universe. Like in this universe, I'm I'm with the hoodie and the glasses. In the other parallel universe, I could be tall and I could have like straight hair and no glasses. You know, kind of those theories that it gets thrown around. You know.
Mhm.
I forgot my charger in the house, and now my phone is dying. 15%. I was looking for
That's a
one, but
good question. I have no idea why they have that as their logo. That's a very good question on that skull. I have no idea.
yeah.
Well, wasn't Shiva a dual entity?
I haven't heard about this particular god at all. It's a new thing I've heard of.
You
Haven't heard
mean
about this one.
doppel?
I'm sorry, you kind of cut out a little.
Yeah, you cut out a little bit there. What'd you say?
Who are we talking to?
Sean. No, you were
Yeah,
saying
you
something.
cut out.
You were
Oh, I
cutting
was
out.
saying we all got like a mirror image of us or a doppelganger, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's another possibility too. There's like 3 that look like us, and I guess the theory is if you look at yourself, I guess something happens to you or something. I don't know, but that's just
But
another.
I think there are mirror images, like complete opposite.
Right. Definitely
Yeah.
so.
On the season of Skin Rancher watch, every time 1.6 gigahertz come through the equipment, almost like a portal opens up and stuff happens. Maybe.
Yeah, that's an interesting show.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi,
Welcome.
Kelly.
Well,
Hi.
Well, those
Sorry,
are
guys.
pretty good. That's pretty good. So, besides what we talked about and everything, so Squeaks, do you have any questions for the team?
Well, I think you guys said that you guys have an investigation coming up on the note. With that, where has your all-time favorite investigation been?
I have to say manliest at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was.
Yeah, it's kind of neck and neck because St. Joseph, Missouri, me and Mark on our former team and Alicia was there. It's called VD Mansion, and you guys got to check that out. Me and Mark actually crossed over 20 kids, and you can actually see it on the live and on the camera we were using. All these kids, the orbs just chasing me because we had a psychic medium on the line, and she said, "Okay, Barb, pick up your Boo Bear and the rim pot and run out and tell the kids to come on," because Mark had this shadow figure called Rich, and he was bounding him to the wall and throwing holy water on him to keep him there so the kids can get out. So that one really struck to me. Then Manulus, because Manulus, there's a 13-year-old boy that he's got gifts better than all of us on the team.
Yeah.
I was old enough. He actually keeps getting attachments, and we had one on the SLS. His mom was sitting on the right, he was sitting on the left. We had a shaman, and then I was sitting behind the shaman. Well, this entity was going through the shaman, and I was channeling it. And it said it wanted to stay with Connor because Connor, he never had the old guy, I think his name was Neil, was it?
Mel.
What is it, Mel?
Mel.
Well, anyway, he wanted a life like Connor's. He never had a childhood. And that's what he told me. We're on the SLS. You could see the entity come out and hold Michelle's hand. That's the mom.
He was
Boy,
apologizing.
And then he apologized and left.
Wow.
So, and then Sean and Mark trapped Diesel Bum in a stone, a tiger's eye, and they buried him with kosher salt. So yeah, it was really, really powerful, those two places, I'd have to admit.
Yeah, that's when Connor was throwing the lawnmower around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then also Alicia, she was talking about it here. She hit a dog on the way home. Tammy, didn't you get
I
pulled
got pulled over.
Yeah, got pulled over.
I wasn't
And
doing
then-
anything wrong.
Yeah, me and Mark looked at each other and went, uh-oh, what's going to happen to us now? Because the team, when they left, something happened.
Mm-hmm.
But see, all that happened a week before I joined the team. So,
Oh wow.
yeah.
Links are in the description, Kelly. If you go to the post, all their links should be on there.
If you can't find the links, it's Enlightened Souls Paranormal. We have a Facebook page.
Yeah, some of the ump links are on there.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, I'm gonna ask the audience this: if y'all have a question for the Enlightened Souls Paranormal, feel free to ask them a few more questions, and then we're gonna go ahead and close off the show for tonight. If you have any questions for the Enlightened Souls Paranormal, let us know. Let's see what she has to say.
Yeah, he's got a new one.
When did that
He had
happen?
another one break.
Yeah, but he's also had that crystal that he's got the 3 faces in it. Mark told him to go chuck it in the river too.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, he's starting to adapt. And like I said, he's
doing really well now.
he's starting to accept, but he's still learning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody's, when they come to terms with their abilities and gifts, it's like a process. You can't just expect to take a big old giant leap and like all
Well,
this.
we leave an open door for him, so he's got access to contact any one of us at any time. So if something goes wrong, he's always calling or asking. So,
Mm-hmm.
So
Like I said, support group.
that's amazing, guys, that y'all have such a very strong bond with each other, and y'all can talk to each other about anything, even if it's not paranormal. At least y'all have someone that y'all can talk to each
Right.
other, which is amazing. And I feel like all paranormal teams should adopt this idea.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's good to have your team bond together. That's definitely for sure. Because if something starts getting tough, or you're out in the field and it goes haywire, you don't know what's coming up, and you got to have somebody's got your back.
Exactly.
I mean, exactly, because that's why we have a paranormal community field, because we can all share an experience, and
Yes, Alicia, I'm going to Salem too.
take me
Yep.
with you.
Right. I
Take
think
me
No,
that's what
I-
this one.
I am going to Salem.
Yep.
writing that down on my bucket list.
Great. I cannot wait.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be fun.
I'm jelly. I'm jelly toast. Because I can't get out because I work too much.
Don't give her any milkshakes.
I'm
I'll make it
I
dairy
start
free.
from 7 a.m. to like 7 p.m.
I'll make sure it's dairy free.
I don't think there's any
Don't worry.
dairy in McDonald's milkshakes. They're just, I don't know what they are, some kind of ooze.
Synthetic.
Styrofoam.
Synthetic.
The freaking styrofoam. That's what they are. Styrofoam.
Gotta get me some of that cheap stuff, man. I don't care if it's synthetic. I need chemicals.
Oh, it's nasty.
Actually, I had to have McDonald's this morning. Wendy's wasn't open. I was a little disappointed in them this morning.
Well,
I love
I would have
Wendy's.
just starved.
I went there for
That's what I
breakfast
would've
this
done.
morning.
I would have just starved, man. Screw
8
that
hours
noise.
in the heat. No, thanks.
I bet that wasn't your good option on McDonald's, but you were hungry at the time, so I can't say I blame you.
Yeah, I was like, well, I went through Wendy's because I was going to get a Baconator, and I was like, oh, they're over there, Got there to the window, nobody answered. Sat there for about 5 minutes. I'm like, you know what? Screw this. I end up going to McDonald's, and I'm like, it's going to get me by, whatever.
You're like, oh crap, I don't want to get this, but screw it.
Right.
And then he was probably the one that was farting then.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, if you eat McDonald's, you're definitely going to be marrying on the toilet for at least 20 minutes.
No, that's after you eat cheeseburgers, man.
Bring your phone, bring your newspaper.
They always say if you eat a McDonald's cheeseburger, your upset stomach will leave and drink a McDonald's Coke, and it will all go away.
McDonald's.
No fact.
I'll be running to the porcelain queen if I drank that crap. That's nasty.
Yeah,
Never
we know what
again.
happens. You know what happens to you, Barb.
I'm gonna blame my team. It's their fault I drank that shake. There. What do you think about that?
Skank gold. Oh.
That'll learn you.
We'll start hiding milkshakes around and see if anybody can see them.
No, I'd be running. You know
like
what?
little
That's
traps.
No,
That's
there used to be a
mostly
TV
scared
show.
me.
There used to be a TV show, and I can't remember what it was, about a couple private eyes, and they had pineapples hidden all over the TV series. I can't
Pineapple?
remember what it was, but they would put pineapples, and there are in certain parts of the show all the time was a pineapple.
Pineapple Express?
No,
Hmm?
we'll just have to put yours as milkshakes hiding all over the place.
Yes, we can see your
Yeah,
comments.
you know what? Milkshakes, man. Don't bring all the girls to the yard.
Oh, just were you reading that?
Kelly, we're not understanding what you mean. Putting a camera in front of a hat,
Hold on.
at back of hat.
What the hell's this?
Maybe having it so it can see behind you. Is that what you mean?
That's what I'm trying to figure out right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, if I leave, it means my phone died.
It's okay. I'm about to end the show because I got to get ready I got to eat dinner soon. I'm getting kind of hungry. And
Oh,
my
you
stomach
don't have to eat. Hey, I'll send you a McDonald's shake for you.
Oh, if you do that, I might end up marrying my toilet for 20 minutes or so.
Oh, yeah, you don't want that.
Barb.
I'm good, thanks. Because Taco Bell did me dirty yesterday. So yeah, you know how Taco Bell is.
Taco Bell is gluten free now. I have
Yeah,
to
I
be
know.
Me and
It
Tammy
still
are
makes
both.
me sick.
And you know what's weird? Me, Tammy, and her daughter have the same illnesses to a T, and we're not even related.
Yeah, all of them.
Wow.
We're all celiac. We all have a rare connective tissue disorder called Ehlers-Danlos, and then several other stuff. We like
Osteitis.
yeah,
There's all kinds of
osteoarthritis.
stuff I haven't heard of.
If I had celiac, that's not a fun one to do.
Yeah, look up osteitis. That stuff. Oh my God. That's
Definitely gotta
horrible.
look that up.
It's not fun, let me tell you.
I
It's
bet.
debilitating.
Usually, it's old people that get osteoarthritis.
Yeah, and I'm 49. I'm old. It's in every
older than
freaking
you.
joint.
He says I'm older than you.
Yeah,
By a
and
year.
you don't have nothing wrong with you.
Sean's like, you don't know what's wrong.
I've got my issues too, but still.
Yeah, his issues is making fun of me. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God. This has been a great show, guys, and you guys have been so awesome. And I'm glad I got a chance to talk to y'all because I know Matt got to talk to y'all the last time because I wasn't here. But I'm glad I got a chance to talk to you. So unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to talk to Mark, sadly.
That's okay. All you got to do is message him, and he'll just talk your head off.
Yeah, definitely.
Body
But-
cameras can be expensive.
Yes, GoPros definitely are expensive.
Yeah.
What's up, Raymond?
That's funny.
Hello.
But anyways, thank you guys for coming on and enjoying the show and chilling with us, hanging out with us, and laughing with us, and all that good stuff. And
Oh yeah, it's fun.
I enjoyed having company with you guys, and I definitely would, if I were to meet y'all guys in real life or did an investigation, I'll definitely have a blast with y'all.
Oh
Lurker.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you'll be laughing at me.
We
If
have
you ever-
cameras, but they would not go on a hat.
Lurker, if you ever want to talk about your situation, just holler, man.
Yeah, I will definitely soon.
You know,
I'll get that figured out, and I definitely will take your advice on the tiger's eyes
I'm
and
good.
meditation.
Thanks for
Yeah.
that.
100%.
and like I
I
said,
do.
if you need some advice, holler at me. I'll lead you down a path, hopefully, and get you on the right track.
Definitely, because this is not a very pleasant gift. Let's just say that.
Well, like I said, I'm an open ear if you need somebody to talk to, bro.
Thank you, Sean. I really appreciate that, man. You're good peeps, man. Seriously, I'll definitely keep in touch with you. I'll have to add you on Facebook so I can definitely keep in contact.
Yep, it's actually my name, and you can catch it off of, like I said, Sean Ellis, but you can catch it on Facebook. It's got an upside down flag on it.
I definitely got to add Tammy too and Barb as well.
Mhm.
Oh, I got 2 Facebooks, Barbara Michael and Whitlow and Barbara M. I'm always on the Barbara M. Whitlow. I got
Well-
a second Facebook because I went to jail and Facebook found it and still threw me in jail. I'm like,
Oh.
She got double jailed.
yeah,
Mm,
fair,
rebel with the cause.
I guess, man.
Facebook didn't like what you said.
Facebook hates me, and they got me on the Nimrod posting.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with Facebook because
This was like 2 years ago.
I've said quite a few things, and I ain't been thrown in jail yet. But
Hey.
Me
You know
either.
what,
face-
though? This was 2 years ago, and then what they did was they penalized me for not going live because they knew I went
What?
live. So that's what they did.
the Facebook gods have striked again,
Yeah, like
striking people all over the Facebook platform.
I swear they hired the Karens, Facebook Karens. I swear they hired them.
Yeah,
Yeah, my daughter went to jail for something she posted when she was 16.
yeah, and I
she's
thought that
20,
was funny as
20
hell.
23
Oh,
now,
God.
24.
I laughed
All
so
right.
hard at that.
Bye, Judy. Take care. Thank you for
Bye.
stopping by.
bye, everybody.
All right, guys. Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed the show, and
yeah.
I don't know if you guys are looking forward to maybe a part 3.
Sure.
Yeah, that'd be good. Then I
Sure.
can make you laugh again.
And hopefully this time we'll have Mark and everybody on there, and hopefully Mr. Consultant would stick around and not just beat it up on us, like he always does.
Snubs
What's up,
us.
Colonel Consultant?
Snubs us, Mr. Matt.
I told him, baby steps, baby steps. I just started my show. Like,
Well, me and Barb a couple of weeks ago got thrown on one like that too. So, and we did pretty well.
Oh yeah, it was
I
kind
saw
of like,
it.
oh,
I saw you guys did really good.
So, but yeah, that ended up being a pretty good interview thing. So, and I learned some stuff from that as well. So,
yeah. I shot
Kelly
him
said,
in
"Thank you for answering my questions," and she also said, "Kelly said, have an awesome day." Bye.
you too.
You too, Kelly.
All right, guys. Well,
All right.
thank you for stopping by and showing your support to everybody in the P3 and showing us support too and dealing with our craziness and our crap too as well. Y'all guys have been great sports. Thank you.
Yep.
No
Thank
Thanks
you.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, thanks
All
for
right.
having me on.
Anytime, guys. Take care. All right. We'll definitely talk and we'll see each other for part 3. So
Okay,
wait.
that's awesome.
Like I said, stay in touch, guys.
I will. Thank you, guys. Take care.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
So what do you think about our guests, our returning guests?
They are awesome people, and I'm
Great
glad that
people.
they're going to be returning for part 3.
Part 3. Ooh, I'm excited for part 3, and hopefully Mr. Consultant will stick around this time and not leave us behind like he did
Right, and I'm
today.
sorry for leaving too here for 10 times there.
Yeah, you kind of did, but that's okay. But you
I
came back.
did.
I appreciate that, though.
Of course, I'm not going to leave you hanging.
You kind of did. Shh. Well, I'm glad you got a chance to talk with them, and I got a chance to actually get to know Enlightened Souls Paranormal. Matt's been telling me great things about these people, and they're really amazing and fun individuals and really laid back. And I would definitely love to investigate with them in the future when I get situated, for sure, 100%. And anybody, and what do you have to say for the audience speaks before we go ahead and go? We're going to close this off.
As always, happy hauntings and stay safe out there.
You mean stay safe and happy hauntings, and we'll catch you guys on the
that way
next
too.
show.